Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Car Addiction. Today we're going to talk about BBW. No, we're going to talk about BBK, which is Big Brake Kit. If this is your first time in my channel, I'm a huge Nissan enthusiast. I got 4 300ZX twin turbos, an R32 Skyline, an S15 Silvia, and a Nissan hardbody. I also have an Ever 2. Somebody buy it off me. It's a piece of junk. If you're 21 and younger, stop. Watch a cat video. Watch anything in YouTube, because being a car enthusiast is absolutely detrimental to your financial health. So the warning is out of the way. Let's talk about BBK. Today we want to talk about the BBK kit for the S chassis, the R chassis, and the Z chassis. Specifically S13, 14, 15, R32, 33, 34, and Z32. I don't want to dabble into Z33 or Z34 because they're significantly different. And the stuff that I'm going to talk about, some of them will transfer over, but the brackets won't be the same. So we're just going to stick to S13, 14, 15, or 32, 33, 34, and Z32. You may look into Z31, but mostly Z32 because let's face it, let's stop arguing. Z32 is the best generation of Z after the 240, okay? Okay, so magically my shirt changed because it's a new day. My son threw a tantrum and daddy had to do what dads are supposed to do. As far as I remember, we're gonna talk about S chassis, I guess so. I mean, if you own an S chassis and you're thinking about a brake upgrade, stop. Don't do it. That KA doesn't need any of this stuff. Stick to your brake. How about this? Focus on having all the matching body panels in your car, or a full interior. Maybe work on having the AC working again. Or the rust that you have been ignoring it, or the fender flare that you messed it up with the boys. Send it to a professional so you know it doesn't look raggedy edge. All right, sorry, I'm done with this 240 insults because that's what I see in the 240 community. Oh, how about let's make your car run first. Anyway, so if you have a 240 with an SR20 or something in it, so your car is actually fast and you need to stop. A very common upgrade for a 240 is the Shumimoto caliper from a 300ZX. They're fantastic products, and you know, they're Nissan. The rebuild kits are I think like $30 at Rock Auto. Always get it rebuilt, or you can even get a Reman product and they're pretty good. Now, one thing remember, 300ZX had an NA and a twin turbo version. This is a twin turbo caliper. If you see, there's a 4mm sandwich plate between the two faces. That's a twin turbo caliper. The NA caliper won't have that. It will be skinnier. Now, in terms of the brake performance of it, doesn't matter. NA or twin turbo, they will have the same Newton meters of energy to stop the calipers, blah, 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 blah. What matters is in a twin turbo, because of this plate, it can accept a thicker rotor. Why do you need something thick and girthy? Other than that, a thicker rotor will allow for a higher heat absorption and heat dissipation. That's the word, common. And that's why you need something thick, yeah. Now these calipers, they only go on the front, not on the back. On the back, if you want to put a Z32 caliper and your 240, you need the backing plates, the handbrake backing plates from the Z32 and all the hardware for it. Unfortunately, nobody is making those backing plates, including Nissan. So you're gonna have to hit a junkyard, or you're gonna have to hit a Z32 parts guy to see if they have a backing plate. These days, these backing plates, the used backing plates are going for quite a bit of money. So that's one problem with the 240, same problem. But I do see a lot of guys that just change the front because this will be a bolt-on, and buy the Z32 rotor and pads, call yourself good to go. Because there's a lot of people who will scream in the comment section about brake bias. I would like to know your reasoning, but my reasoning is it's not big enough to actually worry about it. Now, that is option number 1. Option number 2 for Z32. This caliper, this is from a SRT8 Challenger front calipers. For this, you need a special bracket like that. If you are in the market for this caliper and this bracket, reach out. In the description, I will have my email address. Reach out to me. I know a guy in Canada who makes it. I can help you with the shipping and whatnot. So they're about 250 Canadian plus shipping. Canadian, not US, Canadian. The boys from the States, the Canadian dollar is about 30% lower. So it's about like 180 or 170 US plus shipping. Do keep in mind, shipping out of Canada is a PIA. Pain in the... So this is a great option for 240 guys. Now, I will actually tell you guys, don't do it. I mean, unless you're pushing out like over 500 horse, stick to that caliper. The Z32 Shimimoto caliper, you'll be fine with it. But the R32 and Z32 guys, this is your upgrade. If you have an R32 with the Type M package, the car will come with this caliper, but you need more power, more stopping power. This is your first step. Unfortunately, if you go with this setup and the back, you still have to stay with your stock setup. Again, people in the comment section will talk about brake bias. Let me know. Let me know how that works. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think so. Do let me know. So this is a great option. You can find them all over, basically. Carpart.ca, they're cheap enough. Buy them, send them to somewhere, get it rebuilt. These are fantastic, fantastic, fantastic options. They are a big upgrade over the factory ones. Fantastic big upgrade for Z32 chassis, maybe Z31, but Z31 guys, you might as well just upgrade to the Shimimoto. It'll be a great feature for you. But our chassis, 32, 33, I'm not sure about 34, but I'm pretty sure 34 would be the same. If you don't have the Brembo package, this is a great upgrade for you. It'll save you buying the Brembo package specific to R32, and the issue with that is you need to buy a specific rotor. Can't buy it locally, you have to get it shipped from Japan, and just you get into a different hassle. Buy this and buy the rotor from 370Z with the Akebono package. That rotor will work with this. You can buy the pads from, you know where to buy the pads, like Challenger, SRT8 pads. Anywhere, Rock Auto that. Go to Rock Auto, buy that 370Z Akebono package, the rotors, and the SRT8 front pads. That should do it. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. This is heavy. This is very heavy. This is heavier. I mean, hello, the size of my face, just for demonstration purposes. Factory, aftermarket. Factory, aftermarket. That's how big this boy is. This is big boy, Brembo 18Z, L for left, and the other side will say 18R. Brembo 18Z, this is the big boy, big daddy, big shenanigan. If you're looking for stopping power and you don't have a thick boy wallet, this is the most bang for your money in a budget. You can get these from pretty much any Volkswagen Touareg, Audi Q7, Porsche. This one is Porsche Cayenne, all the same. Like, go to carpart.com. You're gonna find these about 200 bucks a pop. So $400 Canadian. I'm talking, all my numbers I'm throwing at you are all Canadian. So the boys in States take a 35% discount. That's how it's gonna work. So just get it delivered to you from carpart.com. Send it off to somebody who rebuilds them for a living, and you're off to races. For this guy, you need a bracket, and that bracket won't work. That's the bracket. This is from the buddy that makes them in his business. So that's the factory location. That's where the big boy location. Just imagine the size difference. This is big enough to stop the rotation of the earth if you have sticky enough rubber. For lads with R32s, this is it. This is the big daddy of the bigger daddy. Now, I mean, you really should focus on having that R32 running and on the road, because pretty much any R32 guys I see, oh yeah, my car makes like 600 horse, blah, 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 blah. Oh, let's go for a cruise. It doesn't work. Oh yeah, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Like, it's always a project. Like, come on, man, put your head together, get that car running, get it off the jack stand, get it off the mechanic shop. Same with Z32 boys. If your car is making anything over 400, these boys, they struggle. They really do. You can play with all kinds of pads and rotor combination. A bunch of guys in my group did, and it just doesn't work. It bays just doesn't have the power it needs. Let's face it, between the S chassis, R chassis, and Z chassis, the Z chassis is the heaviest of them all, except an R32 GTR. So that, out of the factory, struggling. You at least need to upgrade to this, but for the money, highly recommend upgrading to that, because price-wise, you guys are talking about $100 difference, and it's just not worth it to skimp on it for $100 difference. Reach out to the description, find my email, send me an email about these brackets. It's same, about 250 bucks Canadian, and plus shipping. Yeah, we got a bunch of these brackets made, and we'll get you sorted out. Now, if you do any of these upgrades, especially with the S chassis, you have to worry about your wheel clearance. So for that, minimum 16-inch with a minimum 33 offset. Minimum 33 offset, and only then these the Shumimotos will fit. Any of these guys, 18-inch, 22 offset. Any less than that, they won't clear, they won't fit. So if you have a certain wheel package already in the car and you want to upgrade to any of these ones, be very careful, do your homework, do your research, do your fitment thing. If you're local to GTA, send me a message, come over to my place. I live in Georgetown, Ontario. I'm pretty friendly. I don't usually bite except Friday nights. Borrow it, try to put it in your car, see if it fits. Yes, one of the other things that I will personally have to deal with when I put this on the Z32, I'm gonna have to change my wheel setup. As much as I like the Volks GTCs that I have, I may have to switch to the T37s that's sitting in my basement for last 2.5 years. That's that. If you have any question, leave it in the comment section. I can touch base based on the comments and the feedback that I get. I can probably touch base with the pads and rotor combo. Oh, rotors for the 18Z, the 370 Actibono rotors. That's what it will fit, and it will do a great job on the Z and R chassis, or even the S chassis. And the S chassis, guys, I don't know. I really don't want to recommend you upgrading to this, because for the looks, sure. Other than the looks, I don't know if your guys are gonna get the benefit out of it, unless you're an LS hot boy. If you're an LS hot boy, leave it in the comment section. I want to shoot a video with your car, and yes, you're gonna need that. Definitely, you will need that. All the LS hot boys. Anyway, thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. I'm really hoping to receive the Skyline back to me sometime next week. I just got a little clip from 3D Motorsports about him showing me where he is and what needs to be done. So little left, but he is also busy. This is peak racing season for him, so he is taking his sweet time. As much as I don't like that, but it is what it is. That's just the reality. Yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.